5-minute pullback. Let's see what we can get here. Slight dip. I'm going to extend. I try to get that entry. Let's see what kind of bigger pullback we get. Maybe we will get one. Small size here, 23. Stuck in that flush. That sucks. Let's see if it pulls up a little bit. Morning traders, welcome back. Man, that was an exhausting day. And if it wasn't for INAB, there's no way I would be green today, which is quite stressful because I was okay green on MGAM. No big winners. It would have never been probably a huge green day for me because I missed a FAZE pre-market when it just popped. And there wasn't a lot of opportunities besides that till the end when INAB popped up. And luckily, I was able to jump in on that one and get green. But man, ever since the market opened, I pretty much just gave back profits. So it was a little bit stressful day. And I think it was probably in part because of the overall markets. If you look at this, I mean, we're just getting a huge sell-off across the board. Dow Jones, NASDAQ, breaking key significant zones. The SPX right here, look at this, the S&P 500. We broke 4,000. This is a critical spot. So a lot of tickers are selling off right now, and I'm eyeing a lot of swing trades that I'm looking to enter soon. That's a different portfolio, so I don't want to talk about that right now. What I want to focus on are the tickers that were just so tricky to be trading today. And I'll start with the ticker that pretty much led the way, and that was MGAM. This ticker was a smooth sailor. I really enjoy trading MGAM pre-market. The volume was never that much, but I was kind of in the flow on it. I got my pullbacks, got my breakouts, and everything more or less was going smooth. I think I gave back a little bit here, but look at this tiny size, so it doesn't matter. Most of my trades were a little closer to like $2,000 or $3,000, so this was like a partial fill and it flushed. Now, unfortunately, and at the time, I was actually readjusting the MACD. I had the older version, or not the older version, but my original version here that I was using. You can kind of see the difference. They basically work the same. They give the same indicators, and I'll make a full-on video if you guys want me to talk about this. I already have a video talking about this version of the MACD, and now I'm kind of trying out this one a little bit. So thank you, Toby, for letting me know how that works on TOS, because I couldn't get this set up originally, and he tinkered enough with it to get it to work where it overlaps, as opposed to basically this version where it doesn't overlap. It just goes up and then goes back down a little bit more like a wave. Both versions work well, and they give the same exact indicators. I think this version is going to make me a little bit more aggressive because I was looking at it and it feels sometimes like there's moments where it feels like there's more continuation, or there's maybe an earlier entry, and I feel like the exits actually come a little bit quicker. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I was definitely a little bit like paralysis through analysis today because I was comparing this MACD to my other MACD, and usually I don't even trade with MACD, so I think that was slowing me down a little bit today, for sure. There was just so much to look at. Usually I'm pure price action. I have VWAP and the 9 EMA as well, but that's it. So for me, now having additional indicators was a little bit of a throw off, but overall I do like have these indicators at the moment in this slower market. So it's been helping, but today, you know, updating it was definitely threw me off. Anyway, with MGAM, after I had, before we talk about this move, let's talk about FAZE here. FAZE. I had FAZE popped up, and then it was a quick rally. I missed this one. I don't even know what I was doing. I was like reading the news or something. Not even. I already finished doing that. And then people were talking about FAZE in the chat room, and I literally thought you guys were talking about something else. And usually I don't, rely on the Discord to get my tickers. It was also popping up in my scanner. I was like a zombie. I wasn't totally paying attention to what was going on. And then I eventually realized, oh my God, FAZE is popping up. And then I was like, oh man, in the Discord, they're talking about FAZE. I looked over to it, and that was like in this area. And then I was like, okay, I'm not going to trade it into the open cross. That's just, asking for disaster. What I did instead was I had a limit order ready to go right here. I miss my fill. It pops up. I buy right here at like 23 or something like that. Yeah, 23 roughly. It goes higher, and I'm like, all right, here we go. And then instantly it flushes back down, and I take a quick loss on it. And I'm like, oh, like, you got to be kidding me. Like, that was so frustrating. And I think, it wasn't like, if I got that perfect entry right here that I just barely missed, it would have been such a nice trade, because there's no way I would have not taken profits, knowing me. So I think this gave me a little bit of FOMO and then revenge, and like this really threw me off, because right away I go over to I go back to MGAM, which is barely doing anything at the time, and I was too cautious here. Every time I was like trying to get entry below 4. Missed it, and then finally, of course, when it decides to flush, I get my entry at 399, and I take a big loss on this one. So I'm up like 250 on MGAM, and boom, just like that, I give back all of my profits on it. And look at this. So here you see my stats, and just like that, it was even one of my biggest sizes today. I lost $400 on MGAM, just right there. And I felt like that was just such an unnecessary loss. I was like, oh my God, why did I size so aggressively there? It wasn't even like a quality setup. So my, my risk reward today was technically 1-1, but my losers were just so high. So percentage wise, it was like a really negative risk reward. And that was really the problem today. I took that big loss. I didn't cut my loser quick enough, and it was also with my biggest size. So that was really the problem: sizing too much into poor quality setups and then not cutting them quick enough. My total winners here at 68% is actually pretty good. But again, I wasn't able to hold on to my profits. And a chart that shows that really well is this one, where, at one point I was up 250. Again, very small green day. I feel like even a $500 green day is like a base hit. So at 250, I wasn't like, oh, I'm doing so well today. There wasn't a lot of opportunity, so I know that. Now the problem was, after that big loss right here, I was basically back to break even, and then I took that another big loss on MGAM, and then I was down like 330, and I was like, oh my God, like, is it going to be a max loss kind of day? Maybe. Now in between, I traded, what did I trade? VRAX, two basically ridiculous tickers here, VRAX, and the other one, this was a quick pop. I don't know, I tried for it, 5-minute pullback setup here, that didn't really amount to anything. And then I traded to BM or BWV, which similar situation here on this one. Quick pop, quick pullback. I actually ended up kind of scratching on this one. It was a 10% pop. I could have done a lot better. I just didn't get my fill. Then I chased, and then I just took my big loss, and then I was like, I don't know what's going on, so I closed that one. So that was basically VRAX and BWV, just no real momentum. And MGAM, took that big loss, and FAZE took that big loss. So at this point, I'm down 330, and I'm like, oh God, I think I'm gonna call it here. I don't want to be down 500 and then basically, hit my max loss. So so what I'm talking about. So INAB pops up, and then this one saved the day. So I'm up 386 on this one, and I traded with smaller size. Like, I wasn't getting super aggressive on this ticker because I was already getting thrown around. So my biggest size on INAB was, look at this, $6,000. That was my biggest size, and that was like right at the end with a loser, or almost a loser. So I should have, sized up into this one a little bit more. Anywho, pre-market, this one's kind of disgusting because had a quick pop and sold off, and it really wasn't that interesting. I didn't trade it pre-market. I know some of you guys in the Discord did. And eventually it opens up. 5 minutes looking good, but the daily, we have a lot of resistance right around here at 330. So that was a spot to watch, and then the $1.5 is always quite significant, especially on a ticker like this. I saw this setup here, and I just went for it. I really like this move. Good little 5-minute breakout, bought back on the pullback, and then just, I didn't get like a giant part of this move, and it was still smaller size. This was only like a 3% win, so I got like a third of this whole entire move, which is, or like a fifth of this whole entire move, and like a third of this move. But still, better than nothing. And then right here, I was like, really nice 5-minute pullback. I really like the fact that, we just broke out with big volume, high a day, everything was looking good, big support. And then somehow I just scratched around here, and I wasn't able to nail this 14% winner. And then I actually took 2 losses here and then 1 green trade or something like that, which, basically I was up like over 400 on this one. I ended up giving back here a little bit, which was kind of frustrating. And I just felt like I was on tilt. Like, I was ready to like go all in or something stupid, at this point I was just like, all right, I am totally off my game today. I need to basically just call it. And that's what I did here. Again, I was super frustrated that I didn't get this trade, and I don't know, it felt like everything I did today was wrong. I kept missing stuff. Yeah, so when you have one of those situations, it's definitely better to walk away. I mean, it's not a hot day, and I think a big reason for that is just the market right now is having a huge sell-off. So, if a little ticker one of these, small cap stocks that nobody really trusts is having like a pop, people are going to be like, I don't trust this. Like the market's selling off. This ticker is not going to have a multi-day run. Like no one's going to be sizing into anything right now. And boom, that's what you saw. And that's what we got. And I think that's the reason for it. And that's exactly why I don't feel like I should keep trading to, get back to the green. I am slightly green, but it's a total scratch day. I could make this, like this day could just be a tiny blimp in like a normal green hot day where the market's good and stuff like that, and you could make $1,000, $2,000 trades. Today I just don't feel like it's gonna happen, and the situations that did pop up like FAZE, they were very, very slim pickings. So you had to nail this one here, and I think that's what threw me off today. I had definitely had some FOMO because I missed this move. I mean, I was hawking the market most of pre-market. I was away for like maybe 30 minutes for a nap. Other than that, I came back from 7 to 9:30, and this, I don't know how I missed this. I was even on my computer. I just somehow missed this one. Well, that pretty much sums it up. I'll see you guys then first thing tomorrow morning for the last trading day of August. Like always, guys, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.